Hello and welcome to the Athlete First Media Podcast. Today I am joined by current UMaine Black Bear women's basketball player, but former Oceanside Mariner as well, and then obviously former Montverde basketball player as well, Bailey Breen. Bailey, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. So I want to jump right in, and I wanted to kind of see your insight for this year because obviously you're coming to like a main hotbed at the moment. You know, a lot of Maine-based talent going into Maine this year. What was this year? I mean, obviously you guys just played your first game, but what is this process of getting into college ball been like for you?
It's been really good. It's been a little hard. I came in kind of fighting some injuries that I had occurred at the end of last season at Montverde. So
Yeah,
I was kind of battling that a lot this summer, and then getting over that, and then I tweaked my knee a little bit, so there's been like a little bit of some bumps in the road, but
yeah,
it's been great to like be with the team and the coaches and really like be able to learn from the people that have been there, and then obviously the people that have experience, and just be around the team, and like for us to get to grow together and see what we can do now, and then see like how we can piece that together and get better at the things we need to get better at so we can be great and even greater at the end of the season when you need to really win the games.
yeah. I think it's you guys had a great first step against a good St. Joe's team. Obviously only losing by one. What was the energy like? I mean, first game of the year, it had to be awesome as you guys got ready for the game.
Yeah, I mean the energy was electric in the pit. Like it's just nothing beats it. Like the
Yeah,
fans, the people. I think the people in Maine are some of the best people, and like
for sure.
they really love Maine basketball, and so
Yeah,
it was great. And I think like as a team, our energy was good, and I thought we had a lot of fight in us, and so it was really good to see that and to see kind of things pieced together. We've been working on it for since July, but
yeah,
you haven't really had a chance to like see it in live play. So it really
yeah.
like gives everyone an opportunity, so like we know where we need to grow and get better.
Where are you at health wise at this exact moment? Obviously, you said that you've been without giving out too much information to any other teams that may watch, but where are you at health wise right now?
I'm getting there. I mean, I've been practicing and like doing everything, but I definitely still do have like some back pain, some knee pain and stuff. So
Fair.
I'm just still doing PT and doing rehab all the time, and just hopefully getting stronger, getting healthier, so I can get back and get better.
Yeah, and let's kick it all the way back. Let's start at the Oceanside days for you. I mean, just an incredible time. Obviously, you get to play with your sister in multiple stops. But what was the time at Oceanside like for you in high school?
I didn't really know what it would be like, honestly, coming in freshman year. I knew we had like a talented group.
Yeah,
That was the year I think Audrey and Abby Waterman in that group was juniors. I'm pretty sure my freshman year they were juniors, and like we came in and we knew we'd been playing together for a while. We knew we were pretty good, but like we didn't know how that'd compare on like a championship level stage and that type of stuff.
yeah,
So it was really good. I mean, we didn't really know. We were just hungry. Like we wanted to win. Everyone was like, "Oh, you guys can do it," type of
yeah.
deal. But we were like, I mean, we're just a bunch of kids. We have no clue. Like you know. So we were just going out there and like we were working hard, and we it took a lot day in day out, like being
Yeah,
in the gym early, getting in extra practices, like Saturday mornings, all that stuff that like you don't want to do, but
yeah,
we did it and it paid off. And then I think like after that we had sophomore year was I think I don't really know. It's bad to say. I don't know if we like got a little bit comfortable or like
yeah,
what. There's obviously a lot of pressure on us. Everyone's like, "Oh, you guys can do it again." Like
for sure.
you're returning almost everyone, that type of thing. And
Yeah,
so I think that there was like other teams that were good too, and
yeah,
we played hard. But I think like at the end of the day, like coming out of the tournament, we didn't really have a great tournament run. I mean,
yeah,
we made it to the regional championship, but the way we were playing wasn't really. We didn't really play our best ball.
yeah.
So that one stung. That one hurt
I bet.
quite a bit. And then we came back junior year, and like those of us that were still there were like, we don't want to feel that again. And
Can't
It
blame you.
consumed us for a while, and like we just knew we were gonna do everything that we could to try not to feel that way again. So
Yeah.
we did, and we fought every day, and we knew we were they were a little bit less of a like talent group at that time, but
Yeah.
we worked very hard, and everyone was selfless. Like the ball moved, it didn't matter what happened. Who did what. So it was really good to have that because we were gonna win no matter what happened, no matter who did the scoring, who did the
Yeah.
passing, the rebounding. Like we were all willing to do whatever it took. So I think at the end of the day, like that, and then just like staying true to like our values at the school, and then we had the boys would come in and scrimmage us a lot, like
Yeah.
not like scrimmage, but they come in and like play a press against us or things like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of us were just like working outside of like practice and stuff, like kind of together, so we get a little more extra experience and stuff. So
Yeah.
then we ended up winning that one too, and that was really fun. It was unexpected. I mean, it's hard enough to win one, but to win
Yeah.
two, like
Ain't that the
we're
truth?
really blessed.
Yeah, and then obviously, blessings on blessings for you. Certainly at that time was then you had the opportunity to go play at Montverde. How did that whole situation arise for you to be able to have the opportunity to go down there?
So I work out with Brian Scalabrine, and so I've been like working around him, and then
Gotcha.
my dad's good friends with Matt McKenzie, and just like kind of he was down there for something with Cooper and Ace, I think, and like
Yeah.
he had met the girls' coach, and I guess I don't know how it came up. They were probably talking about players or something, and he brought me up, I guess, and then he
Yeah.
started like the coach started showing up at my games. Like it wasn't like a like come right away. He just started showing up. So I
Started
was like,
scouting you.
okay. Yeah, he was like scouting me
Dang.
at AAU events, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So then I was like just playing AAU, and then he was at like every AAU game all year long, and then I kind of was like, no, I don't want to leave home, like, and he still
Yeah.
came. He was like, I know it's what's best for you, like you need to get, at least give it a shot. Like I'll let you go home if you come and you hate it. Like
Yeah.
come try it. And then he kept showing up. I just remember it was like the end of July, and he was like still following me down in North Carolina, and he was at every single one of my games. And I was like, this man's committed, and like I wanted
The-
to. And like by that point, I had grown a good enough relationship with him where like I felt like I could like talk to him and stuff. And obviously your
yeah.
parents aren't around. So it was like good that like I had somebody that like I could communicate with, like would make sure that like we had everything we need, would coordinate like things for like us girls to do on the weekend. Like if we wanted to get our nails done, he'd make sure that there was someone who could drive us and
Yeah.
do all that stuff. So like there was always so that like that type of stuff, there's always stuff going on, so it made us kind of feel at home. And so like once I really knew that like he was committed and he was at all of my games, and like had good relationships with like my parents and my
Yeah.
brother, and it's really cool because like how it started to like then like we were there for the year, and then like even after that like he's come to Maine already to like visit our family. Like our
Dang.
families our families were friends, and like going into it we were strangers. Like we didn't we
Yeah.
didn't we didn't know him at all. So like it's kind of crazy how like that can happen, and like I still like could talk to him about basketball and stuff now, and he like gets it. And
Yeah.
so it's just really cool. It's a really special relationship that was formed, and obviously like being there, meeting those girls, like
Yeah.
they're some of my best friends still to this day. Like there's a handful of them that like I still talk to almost every day, and
Yeah.
so like it's just it's really cool how it all turned out.
How did that environment like get you ready for D1? Because I mean, I mean, I think like a bunch of I think one of the girls is at Duke, right? I think there's a couple. Almost all of them are at big programs. So
Yeah.
what's that like to like be in that environment and then go into a D1? It has to be like, cause I think for a lot of people, right, you get to D1, it's kind of like, oh, okay, here we go. But you kind of had like I think you kind of had that D1 experience without having to be at college.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, I think we have one at Texas, one at South Carolina,
Yeah.
two at Clemson, one at Alabama. I mean, there's people all over, and
Yeah.
it's just like you're just in there. At first, it was like you get there and you're like living in a dorm, and you're like, oh, like this is weird. Your parents aren't there. Like it was
Yeah.
time management. It was they basically had our days kind of laid out for us, like with class and then like lift and then lunch and then more class and then like practice. So it was pretty
Yeah.
like structured. You couldn't just leave, like you had to be like signed out. So it's like you couldn't
Yeah.
just come and go. So it was good in that regard, but time management was like the first thing, and then like once we all kind of got that down, it was like we had a couple weeks at the beginning to like adjust. We were doing workouts, but it wasn't like it was more like workout style. It wasn't like hit the ground running like hard practices and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like once the season really started, like our practices every day were like super competitive and just
Yeah.
like the energy was high, the talent was high, all that type of stuff. So when you get to a D1 level, it's the same way. Like you can't go into a practice and get away with like you're tired today. Okay, I'm gonna go 70%, and like some
Yeah.
people their players here like you can't do that. You go 90%, and it's gonna show because
Yeah.
everyone else is going 100. It's like you
Yeah.
don't have that wiggle room at all. So it was kind of one of those situations, and then just like everyone we were so competitive. Like in practice, sometimes like things would get heated. Like
Yeah, I bet.
we'd chirp to each other, like all that type of stuff.
A
But
hundred
then like
percent.
as soon as we got off the court, we were like all best friends again. And so it was really
Yeah.
cool to like see like there was no drama. Like everyone just wanted the best for each other, and
Yeah.
you all have like the same goals. And I think that also translates to D1 too. Like everyone has the same common goals, so
Yeah.
you're surrounded by a lot of people that understand the sacrifices that you're making, and it's not like anything against like high school basketball, but
No,
there's a lot of
100%.
kids that are just playing like because it's something that they can
Yeah.
do and it's fun and like whatever, and that's great. But like sometimes you can like it can get frustrating to people who like put their life and like everything
Yeah.
that they have into it, and then like there's people that aren't taking it as seriously. So it's also like it was really good for that. So it kind of just like the practices were very familiar too. Like a lot of
Yeah.
the stuff that we do now, same type of like style drills, like kind of practice breakdown.
Gotcha.
Obviously we played very different there. Like we didn't really have much of a structured offense. We just had like some sets and like things that
Yeah.
we like to do. But um, like as far as like structure of practices and like the way like the heaviness and like the load of them, like it
Yeah.
was pretty much the same. We would practice for 3 hours there. We'd lift for an hour
Jason.
during the day. So like I
Holy.
mean, we were getting up and down. We were doing these
Yeah.
hard drills and stuff. So like as far as that goes, like it's not a super crazy transition.
Yeah.
I think for me, like I had hurt my back in the end of the season at Montverde, so I had to take 5 months off in the middle.
Jason.
So I kind of like
Oh.
that was a rough gap because you lose a lot in that 5 months. You
Yeah.
lose like your conditioning, you lose everything. So
Yeah.
like going into college, I had obviously 5 months off, and then like I was out for a little bit when I first got there. So
Yeah.
then like that kind of doesn't. So like you didn't really have like the full transition like right from Montverde into college. So I think like
Yeah.
definitely, but like I think having that also like really helps. Granted, the situation it was coming in, like I kind
Yeah.
of knew a little bit of like what to expect, so I didn't feel completely blindsided by it. But I think it like really prepared me. I would have been honestly shell shocked if I came from like Oceanside and went there. I think I would have
Yeah.
been a lot more like deer in headlights. But
Yeah.
I think like after being at Montverde and then coming there, it was more like okay, like I'm pretty used to this time management thing. Like
Yeah.
living on your own, all that type of stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah. I love it. I'm interested to know, like, hear, like, what you would say, like, you learned the most from Montverde because, I mean, your game changed pretty a lot from your, like, that last year at Oceanside to then, like, when I saw you after you came back up after you finished at Montverde and you played in the All-Star games for Big Time Hoops. I was at the game doing commentary for it, and like this the difference in your game was like vastly different. You looked more explosive when you'd come by the time you'd come back up. What do you think like changed the most for you?
I think there's two levels to it actually. I think honestly being there personally made me grow, and I think that
Fair.
that was what I saw before anything else. Because when I
Yeah.
went, I was so kind of closed off to the idea. Like I went and I was just like, "Hey, I gotta make it through these 2 weeks." Like he told me, "Come for 2 weeks and then I can go home." Like gotta make it through these 2 weeks. So I was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't really all like
Yeah.
there, and so I was just kind of like, okay, like But then I, like, grew these, like, genuine friendships with people, and, like, at the end of the 2 weeks, like, I couldn't leave that, and, like, leaving
Yeah.
at the end of the year, that was leaving at the end of the year, the hardest thing wasn't leaving the place, like, it was a great place and, like, that stuff,
Yeah.
but it was leaving, like, the people that, like, you're not gonna see all the time that, like, you saw all the time, but I
Yeah.
think it just made me, like, grow into a better person, like, just I was kind of here. I wasn't the most social. Not like I wasn't a good person, but I just wasn't the most
Yeah.
social and kind of kept to myself, did my thing. Derek kind of like brought me out of my shell a little bit. And
Yeah.
I think I was able, like, I grew because you had to fend for yourself. So you're having these harder
Yeah.
conversations. Like, you're going into your coach's office having these conversations. And, like,
Yeah.
I liked him, but, like, you also, like, kind of fear your coaches. Like,
For
like, I
sure.
was like, all right, I'm kind of scared. Like, and now I have to go into his office and, like, tell him like how I feel, like, so it was just kind of like I grew to like be able to have those conversations, be able to
Yeah.
live on my own, to kind of be able like we had a very diverse like school, and so like you
Yeah.
met a lot of people from a lot of different places that had different values, and so like
Yeah.
that was really cool to me to like be able to get to meet those people
For
and like
sure.
learn about them and do all those things.
Yeah.
So I think that like really helped me grow as a person. And then I think as like an athlete, it once I finally got over the fact that like I liked it and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like hey, this is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Um like just like the practices being fast and competitive, and like their strength training there, like we were in the gym 4 times a week and they
Yeah.
would do extra work with you, and like once I got injured in the middle of the season, but I was like playing through it for the rest of the season, and like they would like make sure you were still doing everything but like do what they can to like help you.
Yeah.
um so I think like the strength training definitely took like a big like precedence in there, and then obviously just being with against those athletes, like
Yeah.
you're playing against SEC level players and stuff, like
Yeah.
they can jump higher than me, they can run faster
Yeah.
than me, like you have to come up with a way to be able to do that and to like be able to play. And I think that like defensively I improved a lot, just being able to like
Yeah.
you learn a lot of angles, like obviously like they taught me angles and that type of stuff, but also just playing at that pace,
Yeah.
you're forced to get quicker, you're over time you're gonna get there. So I
Yeah.
think that helped. But then just like we did a lot of jumping and stuff in the weight room, and we did like some running and stuff, so like all that stuff kind of like builds together, and then you're just playing against the best, the most athletic athletes every
Yeah.
day, and then you go into games and you do the same thing. So like that, as far as like the athleticism piece, was really cool. And then
Yeah.
obviously I embraced a little bit of a different role there. I was before it was like when I was here, it's more on me to score. Like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you need 30 points tonight. But
Yep.
like being there, it's like anybody on that team could have had 20 on any given night, and it
Yeah.
didn't. It didn't matter who it was, and we didn't really have much of an offense per se, but
Yeah.
we knew like actions we could run, what we were supposed to run. We had an offense, but we didn't really
Yeah.
run it.
Whoever's hot.
And I mean, we didn't really need to, I guess, for most of the
Yeah.
season. But so yeah, I was obviously more of like I think I actually gained a lot of confidence. Like I knew I could shoot before I left,
Yeah.
but being there like on that level and that stage, and like having coaches and teammates that were like, no, like we want you to shoot a like pop, like we want to kick it back to you for three.
Yeah.
Um, we had quite a big like our guards were really good at getting downhill, so kind of for me, I fell in love with that like pick and pop game, like catch and shoot threes.
Yeah.
I was honestly a shooter for them. I would obviously go in there and post up and make some post moves, but our guards were just really talented. Like they're getting downhill. Like me being
Yeah.
down there is just clogging it up for them.
Yeah.
If I'm at the 3 point line, they're gonna help off of me because they're trying to double your whatever number 2 ranked player, number 4
Yeah.
ranked player in there.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna kick it back, and it's like a wide open three. So like it was really cool to like be able to do that on that level and that stage, which like really gave me, I think, my like confidence in my shooting went up, and I was like, okay, like I'm a really good 3 point shooter.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped. And so obviously like with that expansion, it's kind of like getting back to like also like what I would do with like my post moves all the time, because it was kind of
Yeah.
like there I would go in and I would post up and I'd make post moves, but it wasn't like my like go to like, hey, I'm gonna go to this. It's more like, all right, I'm gonna go set a screen for my guard to get downhill, and I'm gonna pick and pop and hit this three type thing.
Yes,
So it's
yeah.
like now it's kind of like putting it all together now that like you have the confidence with that and you have the experience with all of that. So then like you can kind of mesh it together.
Yeah, that was a big thing I realized too when I saw you after you come back from Mount Vernon was like you're shooting like because I didn't know that you could shoot as well as you did, obviously, until obviously I saw you at Mount Vernon. I was like, okay, wow, she's like stepping out, taking some shots because like they didn't ask you to do that. I mean, you didn't have to do that at Oceanside. You're taller than most girls, so like that play in Maine, so you could just put them in the post and
Yeah.
do it. But I mean, like watching you and how smooth your jumper was, again, for as tall as you are, like was like, wow, okay, that's gonna complete a next level to your game where people can't just sag off you and you can step out and hit it. It was really cool to see like the development that had happened.
Yeah, it was really cool honestly because like in high school like I'd step out and I'd shoot it, but like I wouldn't like it like especially at the beginning it wasn't like that. My junior year I felt more comfortable. Like I would shoot it freshman sophomore year like if it was an
Yeah,
open three, but I wasn't
yeah,
really gonna like try to like get out. Like I wasn't gonna run out there and like try to shoot it.
yeah,
And like now, like there's times where like I'd rather shoot a three. Like if I can go hunt an open three, I'm gonna go do it. But I think my junior year was kind of like the middle of that of like I was confident that I could shoot it, but I wasn't really like confident that I had
yeah,
like quick enough release to like create it for myself type of thing. And
yeah,
then after
100%.
going there, like my release got quicker and stuff. So now it's like just let it fly and you kind of develop a mindset like being there. They were like, like my teammates are like, "You missed 10, like, we don't care. We know you're gonna make the next 10 in a row." And it's true.
Yeah,
Like, I'd shoot with them every day. If I
yeah,
miss a few in a row, like I'll make the next 15. So it's just like
yeah,
that type of mindset and like to know that not only you have it, but like your teammates have it in you too, and they're just
yeah.
gonna keep kicking you the ball is also great.
Yeah, I talk about that like with any high level person I've ever talked to about like who's played high level college ball, whether it be Maine or other D1 schools. It's like it's all like the difference between the high level players and the players who have talent but don't ever make it to that level is between the years. It's you have the poise and the IQ and the confidence to be like, no, like I can do this. Like I can hit any shot on the floor, or I can do anything I need to do. Which obviously seems like Montverde taught you pretty well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was I was lucky. I had teammates and coaches that were very like they were very uplifting to me. I mean, obviously at home like my dad never like
Yeah,
put me down. He was very
yeah,
uplifting too, but it's like you're outside, like you're far away. Like
yeah,
none of these people, none of them really knew who I was. Like a couple
yeah,
of them I had like played against, so like they kind of knew me, but like we didn't know, like they didn't really know who I was, and like the coaches didn't even like it was a completely fresh. Like they could have just been like, okay, like yeah, you're good, but like
yeah, 100%.
okay, like but they're like giving you that like power and that like gift of like okay we're gonna uplift you, so that was really cool to see. I think I play a lot like better and more relaxed and like
Yeah,
when like I have that type of
for sure.
okay like here you go like we believe in you type thing. So it was really cool. Like that was like the first time for me. Obviously,
Yeah,
I was out of like my situation here and stuff. So like you are obviously gonna grow, but it was like a first time that like I was like, whoa, like this is actually really cool. Like these players that could be worried about a million other things are like, no,
exactly.
like
Yeah,
keep shooting, keep doing that. So it was just really cool.
yeah, I love it. Um, Obviously, like once we get past all the injury stuff, how do you see yourself fitting with the current group at Maine right now?
I'm excited, honestly. I think like it's gonna be great. I love the girls, the
Yeah,
coaches, the atmosphere, the style of play. It kind of allows you to play inside out for
yeah,
not just like my position, but also like the guards. It gives them the ability to drive and shoot. Kind of gives everyone the
yeah,
ability to do really whatever you do best within the system.
yeah,
So I think like it also gives anybody an equal opportunity to have their night,
yeah.
to do their thing. And so I'm really excited to see like how that all goes and how this year goes for us as a team and what noise we can make and how far
Yeah,
we can get and all that. So I'm really excited to watch us grow and keep keep working.
I'd love to hear the reasoning for Maine too, because I have to imagine that when you stepped off the Montverde campus, there's a lot of opportunities. So why did you choose Maine?
Um well, part of it I think had to do with like she was the first coach that believed in me.
Okay.
It was very like at the beginning, obviously that wasn't like the reason, but
Yeah.
that held a lot of value to me. Like the first coach to believe in me when I was young, like before any of the other coaches had like jumped on that wagon, like
Yeah.
and so, like, to know that somebody thought you could do it at such a young age and, like, stuff really meant a lot to me, and obviously, like, Maine, the people,
Yeah.
the coaching staff there, very,
Yeah. Incredible
like,
coaching
they were
staff.
direct and honest with me the whole
Yeah.
recruiting process, and, like, they're great people,
Yeah.
and so, like, doing that and, like, having them as, like, a staff, like, I formed a relationship with them by being able to, like, go up there to games and to practices and to play pickup or to go chat with the coaches, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We really formed like a relationship over the years that um was I felt was a lot deeper than I had had with any other schools.
Yeah.
So that definitely stood out like people and then the relationship that we had. I'm a very relationship based person. And
Yeah.
then personally for me like I loved being home. It wasn't like I
Fair.
had to come back. It wasn't like I had to come back home,
Yeah.
but like I had a great opportunity for me
Yeah.
that also aligned with being at home.
Yeah.
So it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up, but I think that like the style of play also stood out to me a lot. Kind of
Fair.
like I said, like gives you the ability to shoot it, to drive
Yeah.
it, to post up, to play like to pass, like I'll pass out of it, double teams, all that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
so like I saw a lot of fit there with the style of play as well. And then obviously the team culture, like I had grown up around
Yeah.
a lot of these girls like Sarah, Lizzie, like we played against
Yeah.
each other and we knew each other and so there's like a lot of main faces on that team, so it's really cool to play for like your home state in the
Yeah.
pit. Like I said, electric, super cool. But
And
also
be
like
very
just
competitive.
yeah. And like also like you have those relationships like with those girls and I just knew like the team culture was good. Like you didn't hear like I'd be
Yeah.
up there and like you wouldn't hear anything bad like going on with the team or anything. So
Yeah.
like
No.
gave me a lot of like reassurance like okay like you know that like the coaches preach that and stuff and like they bring in good girls but like the culture really is there like there's nothing bad, everyone gels together really well, we're all really good friends, so like that on top of like the coaches, the people, and then obviously like you said super competitive in the America
Yeah.
East and have great chances to make tournament runs. And
Yep.
so I think we can do it. I think we can make tournament runs. I think we can get deep
100%.
in the tournament. So that was really the deciding factors in my decision.
It's fair. I love it. Okay. I want to get to my fun section, which is like my ending section essentially. Um, so it's just kind of like to get to know like your journey from like your perspective, but also just have a little fun. Um,
Mhm.
who's the best player that you've played with? Which is going to be incredibly difficult for you, but
Oh no.
pound for pound, skill for skill, who's the best one?
I don't know. Probably either Sanaya Hall or Aaliyah Crump from
Fair.
Montverde. I mean,
Yeah.
right, really, you could probably pull any
Any of
name
those
off of that
girls.
team. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, that's fair. It's a hard one for you. Usually there's like one standout, but you happen to play with a bunch of very legit talent. So
I've been very fortunate to be surrounded by lots of talent. Like, even in AAU and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I've played with so many people that are everywhere right now at all these different schools, and it's like, holy, like I can't even believe, like I'm like, oh, I know her, she is my teammate,
yeah,
and it's like, I played with all of these girls, like between Firecracker and Bay State and Montverde and Oceanside and everywhere. You're just like you've played with all these girls, and I'm just like, holy cow, like everyone's
yeah,
everywhere, and it's super cool to kind of watch everyone's journey.
yeah. That's awesome. Um, just as hard, but the opposite side of that. Who's the best player you've played against? And for this, we'll say not just like pound for pound, skill for skill, but like who's the hardest person you've had to guard, or the hardest person who's guarded you? It's like one-on-one matchup type of thing.
Ooh. Um. Hmm. I Well, if we're going on who have I've had to guard, probably
Yeah,
Sanaya.
Fair.
I mean, it wasn't my matchup that I would ever go for, but like
Yeah.
we'd play one-on-one sometimes, and I mean, there's a reason that girl's number one.
Fair. That's
uh,
fair.
I'm like, holy cow, you're fast. So yeah, probably her, honestly. I mean, if I'm playing from outside,
Yeah.
her all around. And if I'm playing from
Fair.
inside, if I'm playing from inside, I could usually like back to the basket. It doesn't really matter like how athletic you are or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm smart. I'm pretty smart down there. So like,
Yeah.
no matter who I'm playing against, like if I can't like out strong you and like that type of thing, like I should be able to get you in the air to create like an easier finish
Yeah.
type of thing. I mean,
I like it.
I played some. Oh, actually, I played Sarah Strong in.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I played her in AAU, like 2 years ago, I think. She was pretty. She was pretty tough to play against.
Yeah, I bet.
She's pretty tough to score on. I mean, like, I did okay. I did fine. I did good. Actually, I did good, but like, she's Sarah Strong, so like,
Yeah,
I
fair.
didn't, I didn't, dro- I didn't drop 30, but like, it
Yeah.
was, it was a really cool experience and stuff, and just to like be able to do that. But she was like very active and like physical, so it was like hard. It's like hard to get position,
Yeah.
and so I mean, obviously, I learned a lot from that game too. So it was like really cool to be able to do that a few years ago.
Yeah, I bet. What's that? What's that like? Because like obviously on the court, you don't think about anything. You don't think about how good they are, or because you're a competitor. But off the court, when you take a second to sit, like, oh yeah, no, like I played against that person. That's gotta be wild. Like you must have like imposter syndrome, like crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's like the other girl that's at UConn. I don't know her name, but I played against her that summer before I went to Montverde too, like in some tournament. And it's just like
Yeah.
I've played with and against so many of these people that are at like all over the place. But
Yeah.
then even like these ones that are at UConn, and I'm like, holy cow, like that was cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like when I played them too, like it wasn't like I couldn't hold my own. So
Yeah.
like kind of looking back on it, it's like okay, like it gives you like confidence and
For sure.
assurance. So it was like really cool, and then you can obviously like watch the film and you can go back and you can kind of like see like okay, like this is what they do really well, and then like you can take things from it. So
Yeah.
I'm a big film watcher. Like I'll watch all of our practices and
Oh wow.
everything and just kind of like go back and see. And I think that's part of why I understand the game so well is just
Yeah.
like I watch it a ton, even growing up around it, like with my dad coaching it all the time, like you kind of see
Yeah.
it. And so I think like you can always there's like a lot you can do from like playing these games and just like those type of people. Like you can go
For
back and not
sure.
only watch yourself, but like you can watch them and the things that they do really well and
Hmm.
kind of like see how you can mold that to like something that you might be able to take from it.
Yeah, I like that. Who's your favorite player of all time?
Oh my gosh. Alright, this question is tough. I don't
Yeah, the ending of is always meant to make you really think about your journey. But this one's, I guess, just more based on your fandom.
I don't really know. I don't really know if I have a favorite.
Okay.
Like there's players that I like watching. Like
Okay.
I liked watching Mackenzie Holmes at Indiana.
Fair.
Um just like her footwork and all that type of stuff and
Yeah.
how she played. I've worked with her quite a few times, so like that's cool. Obviously, like somebody like I know her. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not like Michael Jordan or
Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think like those are your typical answers. Like
Yeah.
NBA players, whatever, things like that. I mean, I watch like Asia Wilson, Aaliyah
Yeah.
Boston,
Incredible.
um, those type of players. I mean, they're all incredible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's one that like I really like draw like ooh she's my favorite, but I think
Okay.
that just like I watch a lot of WNBA and like
Do you have a
just
favorite
college.
team?
Not in the WNBA. I watch
Okay.
college basketball, and I'm actually like I have always just watched like college basketball more than I'll watch WNBA, but like around playoff
I
time
feel that.
WNBA I'll really like lock into that. But
Yeah.
I feel like college because I know so many girls everywhere that it's like
Fair.
super cool to be like, oh, like so and so's playing tonight, like let's watch her game, and so it's
Yeah.
just really cool to be able to like watch, and then like you just find teams that like you like the way they play or you like
Yeah.
the way this person plays, and so like it's kind of like cool to like go on and you just find yourself being like a little fan of like these teams, like
Yeah.
watching this girl. Okay, I like the way that she plays. I'm gonna watch her type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's not really like anything specific, but I think it's
Fair.
just being like addicted to the game that like you
Yeah.
just want to watch it. Like every night, like
Yeah.
I'll be in bed like on ESPN Plus, like okay, let's watch this one tonight. Like let's
I feel
just
that.
pop
I
in
feel
and
that.
see. Or even if it's like a good game, like sometimes if it's like 72, 71, I'll be like okay, click. I don't know
Yep.
anybody, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
Delaware State versus somebody else. It's like, okay, let's watch some mid-major basketball right now. Let's do it.
Sounds good as long as it's competitive.
Yep.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I feel that. That's how I am too. I'm also a major UNC fan, so that comes with the territory there. But, what's your best sports memory?
Oh, um, well, I'd probably say top tier would be winning the state championships. I would say the
Yeah.
first one.
Okay.
I would say the first one only because the second one didn't feel the same as the first one,
Yeah, I
which is
bet.
like which is like weird to say, but like the first one
Yeah,
felt like something that like you'll never be able to feel like again, and the
for
second
sure.
one was like it was exciting, but like I don't
Yeah.
know, it just like
Like, oh, we
I
got
didn't get
there again. But
yeah, like
like
I
first
didn't
time
get
you're
that
like,
same feeling. So I would
yeah,
say like the first one is the top tier feeling,
yeah,
and then there's like the second one, and then I would say playing for the national championship at Montverde.
yeah,
Playing in that game was like that. Being on that stage and like getting to that point was definitely like really really cool. So I think that those
yeah, I
are probably
bet.
the top of the leaderboard.
That's fair. Okay. I want to end on this one. It's my favorite one to end on. Who is your funniest current teammate? And I would love a story that you can tell on a podcast. Because you have some
Oh,
funny teammates right now. There's some clowns in the in a good way on the team this year.
there is. That's so hard.
Or just maybe if
Um,
you don't have like a one that's like one teammate who's funnier than all of them, like some stories of just like some teammates.
I don't. I mean, they're all like funny. That's my thing. Like,
Fair.
there's a good group of them that are just like can be really goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, like they can all be really serious and like but like they can just turn and be like really funny. I don't know. Kalia, she's new,
Yeah.
but she just like always has something funny to say.
Love
Like
that.
it's not like anything. It's not like I can't think of anything
Yeah.
specific, but like she'll always like even just say like Coach Tom, like her and Coach Tom will like
Yeah.
be chatting, and she'll always have something to say, and it'll just like make everybody laugh. So
Love
like
that.
her, Maddie always says like these like random funny things. I don't even know. I can't even explain the story because I'm not gonna remember it right. But we're
Fair.
doing this like team activity, and somebody said something, and she was like, "Oh, you like arts and crafts?" And like nobody, what we were talking about was
It's
not
not
arts
about
and
that.
crafts, but she thought that it was or something, and it was like everyone
Love
started
that.
laughing. We thought it was funny. But she always has like these like she'll say these like out of pocket like things, and
Of
it's
course.
just
Yeah.
it's really funny. I mean, everyone on the team is funny. Like it's a very good group of like
For sure.
you definitely laugh a lot when we're together. So
Yeah.
it's
I
hard
bet.
to it's hard to pick one, and there's so many times that we're just laughing that like you know it's hard to pick a story to tell,
Fair.
and they all just kind of blend together because like you're together and you're just laughing, having a good time. So
Yeah. I love it. Okay. That was my last question. So what I will do is I will give you the chance to say whatever you want, and then I'll close out. I preface it. I'll give you a chance to think while I explain it. You can like shout out your social medias. You can let us know what's next on the schedule for y'all. Give advice or if you got a quote you love or whatever it may be. You have the floor to say whatever you'd like for as long as you'd like, and then I will close us out.
all right, well. Thank you for having me. I
Of course.
appreciate it.
Of
And
course.
to all the young hoopers listening, like keep following your dreams and don't ever give up and don't ever let anybody like take you off your path or tell you you're not good enough, because there's going to be people that are going to try to knock you down and stuff like that, and you just have to keep going. You have to keep persevering and push through, and you'll come out on the other side, and you can do anything that you want. Like, the world is yours, so don't give up. Don't let a bad day or a bad week or a bad month like dictate how you think and how you feel about how you can be moving forward. Keep your
Yeah,
head up and keep shooting your shots, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I know it's
facts.
cheesy, but I think that quote sticks with me, and I've said it before to many people. Like, it goes beyond just basketball. It goes in
Bro.
life. Like, the Montverde opportunity, I think of that too. Like, like, if I didn't take it, there's a ton of things I would never been able to experience. I wouldn't have my best friends. I wouldn't have all that type of stuff. So it really like hits home to me after a lot of the experiences I've had just in life and then also on the court. So stay confident, and yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, I love it. Obviously, thank you for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. And then, to all those who listen, like it up, share it up, do all the things with it. And then we'll see you guys next time.